This is how I made my first million in profit online for the age of 23. And I'll be detailing my plan on how I'm going to make my next 3 million this year. So it's going to be really exciting. I'm 26 right now. So it's been 3 years since hitting this goal. Been up to a lot of different stuff in my life. So I haven't been posting a lot, but I wanted to give some context for anybody who's considering working with me directly as either a client, a partner, a sales team leader, or if you want to pay me directly for coaching, or if you just want to watch me along the journey and learn some stuff. Because I've had to buy a lot of courses and masterminds, over $250,000. I've traveled across the world from my small town in Oklahoma to places like Dubai, Bali, California, Vegas, Miami, going to various events. And I'd say you don't get to learn as much from your computer compared to going out there in the real world and experiencing it and learning directly from people and seeing what's actually real. I was talking to my cousin. He's 17 years old the other day, and he wanted to do something similar to what I was doing. He did not want to do the 9-to-5 route, did not want to go to college. He was having his mother, my aunt, pressure him to do a route he was not wanting to do. And he already knew that it was possible because of what he's seen from me. He's seen the bank statements. He's seen the Stripe accounts. He's seen my lifestyle evolve over the years. And so this is important to understand that it doesn't come overnight. And it all started whenever I moved to California and I started working with this guy named Ricky Gutierrez. He has 1,000,016 subscribers right now. And this is a video from 5 years ago when he bought his McLaren. I just played it.
I wasn't gonna go fast.
All right, what's going on, guys? We are closing the deal on the McLaren, and you guys see it? Boom, boom, boom. There we go. So we got the squad here. Blake, say what's up. How long is this process taking?
It's taking about 3 hours.
Let me answer this. Too long. Way too long.
Actually, more. Everything for $20K. Free. This dog is seriously worth $20K.
Do you guys want my 600 horsepower M3 or that dog? Comment below. There's and right.
All right, the warehouse that he's in right now, okay?
Yeah, but
He's in some Asian dude's house where he bought the McLaren, but that warehouse right there, I was sleeping in that warehouse in the very back on an air mattress for about a month or two, working out of that studio, working my ass off. If I didn't know how to do something, I would learn it from a course. Okay. This is out in the middle of Orange County, California. And that McLaren right there, that McLaren made him that money back he invested, I tell you. And here's partially how we did it. I'll show you. Because we made an ad campaign shortly after this with this McLaren. This was the ad campaign that skyrocketed my career. Okay. So we go to my Instagram stories. Somebody asked me about 280 weeks ago, how did you get started marketing info products? This dude, this McLaren, and this giveaway. All right. So we gave away 5 scholarships and told people to comment below, and I used chatbots. Slept in the garage on OC mattress, right after college to work on my marketing skills. Not very glamorous, but proved to be a net positive ROI. Okay. So that was Ricky. I helped him in a short amount of time because eventually he moved his operations in-house, his marketing ops. We were on a profit share agreement, which was pretty lucrative if I would have stuck it out, but I didn't. And I continued to do profit sharing deals into this one right here, this case study, which produced 6.9 over this time frame. I think in total it did about 10 million from working on the offer, but according to this analytics dashboard, 6.9 was registered. Okay. And that was following a high ticket selling model. Okay. Operating on 60% margins. And it's not the highest grossing company that I've worked with whenever I was 23, 24, but it's one that taught me some of the key skills that if you want to do something similar to what I've done, you'll need to build a top 1% career path. And it took me 3 years to learn these. I've had one-on-one conversations with Formosi, Ty Lopez, Nick Cosman, J. Abraham, and more. Some mentors you may or may not have heard of who buy businesses for a living. And some of the skills that you'll need to learn is recruiting, copywriting, sales team leadership, paid traffic, founder mindset coaching. So helping the founder adjust their mindset so they can break past their own limitations that could be holding the entire company back. And then understanding how the company needs to be positioned so they can properly exit either to a private equity firm, or if they want to position themselves to get some capital to be raised and go buy other companies or launch some other elements of the business to make it multi-8 or multi-9 figure. All right. So that is the skills that you got to learn. And my best month was doing 163K. And that was 16 months into the partnership. All right. So I'm gonna give you some more screenshots here. Right whenever Hyros came out, it's funny, that was a Hyros screenshot. Right here. And I was on a call with Alex Becker whenever he just launched it. And I knew it was going to be a hit because we tried running ads and we couldn't track things properly. We had to like do more manual work to figure out which ads were working. So I've taught my systems to other people. It started with just not selling on the phone, but selling in the DMs, right? Selling through chat, how to generate more of those chats. So back in 2019, I believe. No, January 2020, we did 196. That's whenever COVID started, right? And then, again, no sales call funnel. We're just using YouTube. And again, this is not for Ricky Gutierrez. This is for another creator, financial education. And then we have some calendar starts to get filled. This was in June whenever we turned on the sales call funnel. And I started hiring people. I started hiring a ton of consultants who have built sales teams before. And then we've had our best month right there. So we had 2 flash sales right here, and then we transitioned to the call funnel. We literally turned off access to our low ticket paid products, and we forced everyone to go through that application funnel, which goes to show if you want to test something, sometimes you got to take some radical action, right? You really want to validate it. And we increased the value and price without increasing the creator's time. So we found people within the community that were subject matter experts that got so good about getting results that we were helping people get. And we brought them on as coaches. We'd have 45K days. Company's growing, we need to hire more reps. So we started hiring more. So in a quarter, we did $500,000, October to November 19th. And then from November 19th onward, I think about 1.5. Yeah. So between November and December, still $500,000. And then I believe we cracked that $1 million a month right around here. So from December 30th to January 26th. There you go. January 1st, February 24th. So around $1 million a month, you know. And what I did with all this money was reinvest it into myself and figure out how I can not pay as much money in taxes. So I went to Puerto Rico. I moved there and I did some traveling, right? So going to places like Hong Kong, going to Bali. Maybe some of you know this, La Brisa. I got a sweet car, moved to Vegas. I rented this McLaren. It was actually the same McLaren. It's like a 570 right there. The same one from this one. Right. Not the exact same one, but it was the same model. And yeah, I was living in Hollywood for a bit. Got a girlfriend around this time. And as you can see, some of these creators, maybe you're familiar with them, but working with the YouTubers, they like to collaborate with each other. So they would have meetups. So this was at Jeremy's place in Vegas. And yeah, you just get to know these guys, Graham Stephan, Kevin, Nate O'Brien, some other cats. And then you get to drive around, just experiment with like what cars you want to possibly get long-term by renting it. And then, yeah, just keep going back to Bali, right? Working from the laptop, all out in the Bali. See that kind of little villa. Got the monkey here. And this was all during COVID. Like most of the money that was made was during COVID. So we didn't really go out much. And then that allowed me to spend more time with my siblings, give them the experiences that they wouldn't have been able to get with their father because their father's not in their life. And yeah, I moved to Puerto Rico right here, like I said, to get better tax structure, pay 0% in tax. And then started going to more Joe Dispenza workshops to master meditation. Went to Dubai, learned about business acquisitions from a mentor by the name of Ken Mack. I went to this UN General Assembly, United Nations General Assembly. So I want to learn more about humanitarian projects and if I could contribute with my marketing knowledge, which led me to expand my network with some high net worths, people that are in high tech, people that are in the government and 3-letter agencies that are in the game of moving large amounts of money to special projects, to humanitarian projects. And then just, again, keeping up my traveling. getting more jacked. As you probably noticed in that video, the buying a McLaren 5 years ago, I was really skinny, and then I started eating more, training more, chasing cows, because we got a farm out here. And I say a farm, it's just a little family house with a couple dogs and horses. There used to be some goats, but now we got a mini longhorn. That's who that was. Little mini longhorn right there. She's adorable. But yeah, I just wanted to show you some of my life so you can get an idea of who I am and what's important to me. And although I've gone and networked in places like Dubai and I met people like Andrew Tate, along with some of his associates, okay, it doesn't make me want to live a life similar to them. Like, I don't want to be super famous. I don't want to be having all these exotic cars. I'm not really a car guy. At this moment in my life, I'm not really a car guy. I really value meeting people and having really in-depth and interesting conversations, and really value being the role model for my siblings, because I'm the oldest of about 10, if you were to count some of the extended family siblings I consider my siblings. So I just really focus on becoming the best example to them and funneling money sometimes into their growth, even though there's not an immediate ROI. Like, that could look like spending 56 grand on a retreat, It's not just 1 week, but several months that I had one of my family members go to. It could look like hiring a personal trainer for your mom, which is what I did, as well as relocate her to be in a better spot so she can lose weight. She's also over 150 pounds. It could look like financially supporting your dad for a bit and giving him some hope whenever he was at the absolute pit of his existence, right? Losing everything except for me, right? Getting divorced. It's rough out here for guys. If you don't do well enough, people aren't going to show any mercy. The world will not show mercy. Which is why I want to do mentoring, not just to make a lot of money. I know you can make good money in mentoring and helping people with online skill sets, right? But because I really want to help people take more action, because the price of procrastination is the life you could have lived. And there's a guy who I grew up with. I didn't grow up with him, but this was early on in my digital marketing journey. His name was Mitch Smith. This guy right here. This guy. So I did my first ayahuasca journey with Mitch, and I found him by Googling digital marketing Oklahoma City. And whenever I called the number, he was really helpful, and he was like, "Hey, let's meet up." And then we just masterminded, and he gave me, because he had been doing digital marketing for a while, and he gave me like an overview of how I can get my first clients, and we worked on a few deals with each other. Mitch took his life last year. So part of the reason why he did is, I won't get into it too much, but he would take a lot of drugs, to expand his consciousness, but it ended up destroying him, and he shot himself. So really, I just want to mentor people, mentor my siblings, get a platform going to teach others how to live this life, how to acquire these skill sets and add a lot of value to organizations so they can feel filled as well, in the same way that I do, and have the same confidence to a degree that I do. Some other notes here, like I had this offer. This is what this document is. It's a document on, if you were to be an apprentice of mine, not saying this is a pitch to be my apprentice, because I'm not really looking for that, but I had this at one point up. This is what you would essentially need to get as me or better. You need your growth plan. So strengths assessment, energy enhancement, focus enhancement, overcoming yourself. You need all these habits and practices down, mental models. You need accountability systems. You need to know where all the right resources are at, the best apps, the best information silos, and how to find the best clients and partners, industries to avoid, the influencers, communicating with them, and emails I've used, agreements I've used to land me clients, and how to make sure you have a long-term stake whenever you work with the clients. So they're not just taking your ideas and running away. Unless you want that, you can do that too. You just aren't going to be able to make long-term money if you run your client businesses like that. You really want to see if you can get a stake and get 50-50 deals working with them, right? And then what to do at each of the client sizes: 20K, 150K a month, million a month, 2 to 5 million a month. And then some of the other rain-making levers that you can pull to make it rain, right? So I won't get into the rest of that. That's probably going to be another video, but that just gives you a background on how I've got here. And yeah, the current projects I work on right now is related to like e-learning acquisition and coaching companies. Whenever I was deciding on how to present myself on Instagram again, it was a little bit difficult because I've been a Swiss Army knife, right? For organizations, I'd be the guy that would come in and just holistically solve problems. So what are you going to say? Business growth consultant? Yeah, you could say that. But what's interesting is you get to this point where you know so much that you're not even enthusiastic about working anymore, working on the industry that you're so familiar with. So it could be good for you if you like that type of consistency, but I need more variety in my life. I need new things. So that's also in part why I'm launching this channel and discussing here some of the insights that I've garnered over the years. And I want to know what you think. Okay. I want to know what you think down below in the comments section, where you like to get more insight on out of everything that I discussed in this video. So leave that comment down below. I look forward to making more videos for you. And here soon, there'll be a link as well to a group community that if you are a revenue growth leader, you are somebody who is a top closer and wants to ascend into not just a sales leadership position, but a position where people take your opinions and insights seriously, and you can create growth in an organization and get long-term equity and profit share in the companies that you help give your personal touch to. If you are wanting to do that, then join down below. Join us down in the community, the Revenue Growth Leaders community, and I'll see you inside there.